Salutations, entertainment lovers. We still got one episode left in the tank, but this is our goodbye episode for Madeline.
Don't remind me, Logan. I'm gonna have a college degree in my hand in a few weeks. Do you really think I need reminded that I'm getting older?
I'm in the same boat, so fair. No matter who's leaving, we've got a great episode ahead with Ben Sparrow, Margot Mitchell, and a whole lot more.
So get ready to witness one of the last threads of professionalism in this organization for the final time. From Ball State University, The Real Deal starts now.
Hello and welcome to The Real Deal, Ball State's one and only entertainment news show. I'm Logan Sowash.
And I'm Madeline May. Even though this is my last episode, I want us to treat it like if it were just any other week.
Really? Well, in that case, I dream about cooking my fingers into a grilled cheese sandwich. And of course, watching Louis Wiesman eating them as he comments about how good and attractive of a chef I am.
You know, I wouldn't expect anything less from this show.
I know.
Here with this week's Hollywood headlines is our very own Ben Sparrow. Ben?
Hello there! These are not the headlines you were looking for. Last week was Star Wars Celebration in Orlando, Florida. 40 years of lightsabers, Darth Vader, sand-hating, and Tossie Station power converters. Here are some of the highlight sabers. The first teaser trailer for Star Wars The Last Jedi dropped Friday morning, and in less than 12 parsecs, the world had seen it. We hear Luke speak for the first time in 30 years and get a glimpse at General Leia for the last time. Carrie Fisher, who brought the iconic princess with an attitude to life, passed away this December. The Star Wars team showed a tribute video honoring her legacy, and her longtime friend and co-star Mark Hamill held a panel talking about how she impacted him. After speculation that the princess-turned-general will appear in Episode 9, Lucasfilm confirmed that Leia's last outing will be in Episode 8, and that they will not use CGI technology to bring her character back. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, will be released this December. On the TV side of things, Disney and Lucasfilm, Star Wars Rebels Season 4 was talked about this weekend. Showrunner Dave Filoni announced that Rebels will conclude after the next season. The show is critically acclaimed and fans are sad to hear of its end. However, Rebels had to finish before the events of Rogue One, so it was only a matter of time. Finally, the highlight of the celebration was the 40th anniversary panel itself, which saw a cast from every Star Wars movie take the stage. It held fan favorites, creator George Lucas and Hayden Christensen. Even Liam Neeson sent a special video message from his trailer in Canada. Personally, Star Wars Celebration Orlando brought back fond memories from a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. There has been enough entertainment news this past week that I feel like I can't go in depth with every story and fit everything in, so I thought I would touch on stories and talk about them a little bit in a segment I like to call Flash Facts. And without further ado, here are this week's Flash Facts. Wingardium Leviosa, Potter fans. Prepare as I float this tidbit of casting news your way. Warner Brothers announced this week that Jude Law, who famously plays Watson aside Robert Downey Jr. in the Sherlock Holmes movie franchise, has signed on to be a young Dumbledore in the newest installment of Fantastic Beasts. The English actor is set to co-star next to Johnny Depp's Gellert Grindelwald. The two characters have a seldom explored history that will flesh out on the big screen. In the end, all I have for Mr. Law is one request. Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a fad film and make it better. Thanos and Cable, what do the two have in common? One is a giant purple man that is tracking down what looks to be a rejected design for Michael Jackson's sequin glove. Oh, I don't know, Tito. I think it's a little too gold. I need some more sequin. And the other is a traveling frenemy of Deadpool. Now, they are the same thanks to actor Josh Brolin. The Goonies actor has signed on to play Cable in Deadpool 2. In addition, Brolin has portrayed Thanos ever since the end of the first Avengers movie in 2012 and has a critical role in the Infinity War and its sequel. Sounds like the actor will be playing double duty here as Deadpool 2 is planning to start shooting this summer, and the Avengers movies are being shot back-to-back this whole year. Ultimately, expect a few jabs at the casting choice in Deadpool 2, a film franchise that is notorious for poking fun at their actors and in their other roles. Now I can see the jokes. Hey, are you okay, Cable? You look a little purple. Or, hey Cable, let's go avenge this guy. I don't know, but you get the idea. The CW has a plethora of great DC comic book shows, but one announcement from Supergirl has fans leaping tall buildings at a single bound. Calista Flockhart is returning for the last handful of episodes this season. After CBS canceled the show in 2016, the CW picked up the property and moved it from sunny California to Canadian Vancouver. Most of the main cast packed their bags, but actress Calista Flockhart, who plays favorite Cat Grant, stayed in California. The show wrote her off in a way that allowed for a guest spot in the future, and it sounds like the Girl of Steel is in for a surprise. Check out Supergirl, Mondays on the CW. The show returns from hiatus on April 24th. Oh yeah, and Superman's back too. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. SNL made history on Saturday, airing the show live from coast to coast and for the first time. And to top that off, Tonight Show host and SNL alum Jimmy Fallon hosted the monumental episode. According to creator and producer genius Lorne Michaels, the decision to air the show live coast to coast comes thanks to SNL's renewed cultural relevance. The show has had the best ratings in almost a quarter of a century, and the sketch comedy staple doesn't show signs of slowing. Check out Saturday's Cold Open, Basketball Scene, and Celebrity Jeopardy to watch the latest and the best of the late night host. Looks like I'm finished in a flash. For more information on these and other stories, ask Jeeves. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you next time. Till then, I'm Ben Kenobi. Wait, no. Till then, I'm Ben Sparrow.
Thank you, Ben. Logan, why do you think we've never done a live SNL type show? I think we could handle it.
Thank you.
I mean, I think so too, but the biggest issue would be making the CGI on my face that removes my face tattoos of hulked out Scrappy-Doo happen live.
I suppose you're right. It's pretty darn prominent. Here to talk about a new artist that she's been rocking with is Margot Mitchell. Margot?
There's not a day I look forward to more than Mondays, when that sweet, sweet app of mine called Spotify uses the perfect algorithm to fill out a playlist with new discoveries just for me. It's the best way for me to discover new jams because sometimes you just miss out. This past week, a new artist was brought to my attention. He calls himself Khaled. If you've watched me on Real Deal before, you know I'm horrible with names, so if this isn't how you say it, I'm sorry. Anyway, Khaled, he's awesome. Although I consider him to be under the radar, he does have the attention of a six-figure audience and is currently on tour opening for Travis Scott. Matter of fact, his single Location got him to number 24 on the billboards. Yet still, his music has never reached my ears, so let me have this moment and pretend that I discovered him. I began my listening party with Young, Dumb, and Broke because that's what my grandparents call me. So I had an emotional connection and ended up loving the beat and the lyrics. It's a mix of pop, rap, R&B, and everything good, I guess. It's hard for me to describe his sound, but it is awesome. He's his first debut album called American Teen out now, and it's a delicious listening experience. My ears are tickled with delight every time his music blasts over my speakers with my favorite songs like Keep Me and 18. I can't stop this body of mine from dancing a little bit. In a society that has a music thirst that is never quenched, you have nothing to lose by checking out Khaled on Spotify or any of those other music streaming services that I've forgotten about at this point. Until next time, I'm Margot Mitchell.
Thanks for the suggestion, Margot, but I prefer myself as, how do you say that again? Khaled, who only has the capacity to win no matter what.
Well, we'll have some major keys coming up after the break with Noah Bullard.
Not as terrible as he appears.
I say we kill the beast!
Think of the one thing you've always wanted. Now find it in your mind's eye and feel it in your heart.
I've got to deal with the KID.
Who are you?
I'm on a mission. There's not enough love to go around. My job is to find out why. Now give me a double espresso and see if there's some place around here with decent sushi. I'd kill for a spicy tuna roll right about now.
Mom, Dad, the baby can talk!
This is war. Oh yeah! Let go, you little...
Look, the kids are finally getting along.
That's nice. In fact, we are about to go up like...
Oh, it took longer than I expected.
If you're gonna catch Dom, you guys are gonna work together.
Surprise. I just fell in love.
I've been waiting for this. We got a tank.
Let's roll.
Laying back in the cut like that.
Here they come.
I don't know if the old Dom is in there.
Welcome back, everybody. There's about to be a segment to something that's extremely reference heavy that we just don't know too much about. So here's a few unrelated references for you all to enjoy.
There's always money in the banana stand.
What's in the box?
The dude abides.
Long live the new flesh?
What? What was that?
Videodrome, apparently.
Something else no one's ever heard of. Great. Here with the Netflix binge review is Noah Bullard. Noah?
What's up, everybody? This week I'll be reviewing a show that I recently binged on Netflix, the original series Trailer Park Boys. This review will be short and sweet. It's a show that I've come to enjoy once I moved on from the fact that it looks like it was filmed on a third-generation iPod. Trailer Park Boys offers the viewers a witty, well-written script alongside ridiculous character development. And don't worry, your favorite characters will still be there when you're 8 seasons in. Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles are the comedic trio who, to differing amounts of success and to the trailer park supervisor's chagrin, manage to make and lose money while fluctuating in and out of jail. As far as plot structure goes, each episode revolves around the group's newest way to make money. From car theft to growing dope, the boys try it all. But the plot structure and character development isn't what kept me coming back. The mark of a good series is the likability of the characters. I couldn't stop watching because I couldn't wait to see what ridiculous antics the jailbirds got into next. Along with that, and much like any binge-worthy series, there's always great foil. Jim Leahy, the supervisor of the trailer park, is perpetually drunk and seeking ways to get the boys kicked out of the park. His specific role gives viewers an insight into what an authority figure might say if he or she had 3 grown-up children running money schemes out of a Canadian trailer park. I'm a huge fan of the way that the subtitles are run on the show. I've never been one to watch anything with subtitles for that matter, but there are lots of little jokes that I never would have caught had I watched it without them. My advice: watch the first few episodes with subtitles on if you can stand it, and then decide whether you like it or not. And please, give the plot a chance to develop. Overall, I give Trailer Park Boys a 7.5 out of 10.
Thank you, Noah. Sounds like this trailer park... Look, we still don't have any idea what this show is about, so fill in the joke or reference, whatever you like there.
Stay tuned for Angela Ariema and She'll Be Deal. Welcome back. Say, Madeline, if you had one wish for this last episode, what would it be?
Well, I'd have to say my first wish is to just make sense of half the things you've ever said.
Okay, what's your second wish?
I think that the crew being a little less crazy would be nice.
I can't do that. Third?
That's really it. That's my only 2 wishes.
Come on, give me anything else.
I mean, I guess I always liked Angelo.
Well, you're in luck then. Here with one of his signature ranchelos is Angelo Ariema. Angelo?
The fate of the furious. Otherwise known as what we will show the aliens to convince them that interspecies breeding with us might not be a good idea. But hey, you know what they say gets better with age. Wine, cheese, self-confidence, fingers crossed for that one still, leather, and testosterone-induced action sequences full of nonsensical plot devices, little to no character development, and the brilliant acting of Ludacris. Now, despite my opinions on the quality of the Fast and Furious as a franchise, however, I will humbly accept that I'm apparently alone in these thoughts, and I'm going to bow out of the conversation. That's because the newest installment in the series has broken an international record this past weekend, surpassing Star Wars The Force Awakens as the strongest worldwide debut ever. Now, I can hear you already. Yes, these numbers are global, and in fact, the fate of the Furious' revenue from the US in particular is surprisingly down when compared to its predecessor. However, this doesn't take away from the fact that the series' financial earnings over the past decade have been extremely successful. Although it may not be thought of as one of Hollywood's greatest staples or even darlings, the Fast and Furious films sit alongside Harry Potter, Star Wars, and the Avengers series when it comes to money earned. Here I am spending the last 3 years of my life painstakingly assembling a makeshift printing press out of vacuum cleaner parts and duct tape in my basement in order to scrape together a few bucks, and it turns out all I needed to do was throw Vin Diesel and The Rock in some cars and play dubstep. Of course, money earned does not equate to quality. That much is obvious, especially given the fact that on this list of highest grossing opening weekends alongside Fate of the Furious is Spider-Man 3 at number 11, the Transformers series numerous times, and oh yeah, you betcha I scrolled down long enough to find it, Suicide Squad at number 27. And with that, I can checkmark Make Fun of Suicide Squad off today's checklist. Excuse me, I'm sorry, that's Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad. My bad, I mean no disrespect. I'm so sorry, I'm off my game. But at the end of the day, in all honesty, I feel as though learning about the Fate of the Furious success really opened my eyes in a lot of ways. It's come to the point that my sole job on the show is ripping apart movies and shows, and I love it, and I don't intend on stopping anytime soon. But no matter how many films I may believe are nothing better than cash grabs, they're just heaping piles of mush covered in explosions and CGI, there are so many people out there who derive enjoyment from these films. With the internet being as volatile and argumentative as it is, it seems as though only one opinion is the right opinion, no matter what the situation. But that's truly not the case. If you find enjoyment out of, say, The Fate of the Furious, or DC films, or even the Transformers series somehow, good on you. I'm glad that these pieces of content are enjoyed by someone, apparently a lot of people. It's kind of like pineapples on pizza. I mean, is it indisputably garbage? Yes. Absolutely yes. But raccoons love garbage. I mean, does that make raccoons wrong? Not necessarily. Does it mean that raccoons shouldn't be pets? Because that's what the police keep telling me, but they can't keep banding me apart forever. So I guess what I'm trying to say is screw looking down on other people's opinions or causing hate wars over who's right. Debates and differing opinions are awesome. It's what makes the world go round and not be so boring. But they aren't worth the vitriol and rage that transpire over these meaningless topics. With that being said, I'm Angelo Oriema, and that is all I have to rant about for this week.
Thank you, Angelo. Our head writer is currently waving a note at me, and he's reading, "I'll cover you in cheese and pineapples and then eat you, you gloriously handsome gutter person." Good Lord.
Okay, while we resolve that, Shelby Deal has a trailer watch in store for us. Shelby?
Hello, I'm Shelby Deal, and I'm back with the trailer watch. The trailers we will be reviewing today are Star Wars: The Last Jedi, Alien Covenant, and The Mummy. Star Wars: The Last Jedi is the first trailer I'm going to be talking about today. The movie is about Rey's adventures continuing straight after The Force Awakens. My favorite part about this movie trailer are the scenes of the spaceships fighting in space. The special effects are super cool, all the ships standing out against the black background of the space sky. The beams of light coming from the spaceships were also very stark too against it. It made for a beautiful piece of film, even though a lot of it was digitally produced. Also, a scene like this is quintessentially Star Wars, so it made me super excited for the film. Another part of the trailer that I loved were the first and final shots of it. The first shot was a dark screen, then suddenly a loud crashing noise of someone falling on the ground, and then a shot of Rey. I thought this was really cool because it produced a sense of excitement and it allowed the trailer to focus on who the movie is really about. The last shot of the trailer is a shot of what I assume to be Luke in a cave with the words, "It's time for the Jedi to end," in the background. This was very ominous almost, and it intrigued me, like, why does the Jedi have to end? It's kind of sad. The movie comes out December 17th, and I will definitely go see it because I love me some Star Wars. The next trailer I'm going to review is Alien Covenant. This movie is the second installment in a prequel trilogy based on the 1979 movie. It is about a colony ship called Covenant that are searching for a remote planet that they end up finding to what seems to be an uncharted paradise. However, things are definitely not as they seem, as the sole inhabitant is a synthetic David from the first installment of the prequel trilogy. My favorite part of this trailer is when the crew of the Covenant are exploring this paradise because it shows vegetation much like Earth's vegetation, and there's a question of who put it there. The dialogue really makes this apparent because someone questions whether they hear that, and what that is that they hear nothing. Despite all the vegetation and life-supporting systems on the planet, there are no birds chirping or any other animals on the planet. That is really eerie and creepy, and this scene did a good job of portraying that. I also liked the part when one of the explorers are looking at this plant-like thing, and you just know it is going to attack him because the music is ramping up, and then it does, and I wasn't disappointed. It was a little scary and a little thrilling, just like an Alien movie should be. This movie comes out May 19th, and even though I haven't seen any of the other Alien movies, this one might entice me enough to go see it. The last trailer I'm going to be reviewing today is Mummy. It is about an ancient Egyptian queen who got too hungry for power, and then she was mummified to stop. Over a course of the millennia, her anger has been festering, so when she is awoken from her tomb beneath the desert, she brings all kinds of terrors to Earth. Also, Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe are in this movie, which is pretty cool. My favorite part about the trailer was this scene with this huge dust storm type of thing, but with the face of the ancient queen, and it was destroying all the buildings in a city. And it was a really cool special effect, and it kind of made me excited to see other potential special effects in the movie. I also like this one scene when Tom Cruise's character was attacked by rats per order of the ancient queen. It was gross, but it kind of shows the terrors a queen is capable of and makes me scared to see what she will do next. I also thought the image of the ancient queen was cool in a mummy form, as well as restored to her form before she was mummified. It made her look really evil. It was really great. The movie comes out June 9th, and I don't really think I will go see it because a lot of the stuff in the trailer kind of grossed me out. But if you are about that mummy life, you should go see it.
Thank you, Shelby. I'm certainly about that mummy life.
Oh, I'm afraid to ask.
I'll keep it simple. Let's just say it involves pudding, Louis Weissman, a mummy costume, and, wait for it, a paintball gun.
You know, I figured you needed to squeeze in one more weird thing before I walked off.
It's tradition, come on.
Stay tuned for our final word.
Don't worry. In no time, you will be back with Mommy. How well do you really know Julia?
You are a survivor, and what happened was not your fault.
I only had David and Lily. You took everything away from me.
Who sent you flowers?
What do you mean there's no record of who sent the arrangement?
Disney Nature proudly invites you to its most ambitious film yet. A groundbreaking journey inside the breathtaking wilds of China.
This film, I think, is groundbreaking in the sense that it really gives the audience a view into China that we don't see. What's really...
Oh my God, what was that?
It's very dangerous for Armenians right now.
This is our opportunity. We will restore the great Ottoman Empire.
We cannot be here. We must leave.
What is the Associated Press doing here, Mr. Myers?
Reporting on the war.
There is no war here.
For my final word, you know what? I don't have a final word this week. With this being Madeline's last episode, I thought it would be best to give her the floor for today. Take it away, co-host.
Oh, thanks, Logan. So Logan and I will be graduating soon.
Oh, God.
And I'm sure we can both agree that the scariest part of leaving college is becoming real adults.
Yep.
For me, it's coming a little too soon and this will be my last show. So for my farewell segment, I want to recall some of my favorite moments on the show. It's been a long running joke that Logan is a spitting image of Dustin from Stranger Things, so I was overjoyed when he dressed up like him for our Halloween episode, which seems like it was 10 years ago.
It really does.
All the times I stuck my finger in the shots of other people's segments without our producers realizing it.
Apparently there's a lot.
The one time Logan wore a sweater and ruined his year-long tie streak.
It was really comfy, though.
But it's been fun, and because of the show, I've watched more Netflix than I ever will in my life. These people have opened me up to so many facets of the entertainment world. To our future hosts, here's my advice. Please, don't let the head writer get too crazy, and if nothing else, entertain.
Thank you for that, Madeline. And you know what? I lied. I do have something to say. Madeline, you were an absolute blast to have as a co-host.
Oh.
Your different array of outfits, your energy, your jabs at my tie selection, which is only like one or two, and your eagerness to be subjected to Brandon's craziness made my senior year as a host a lot easier to handle. Since I've been with this group, my sophomore year, I've honestly wanted to be a host. In the past, I've wondered who my other co-host half would be if I got the job. For as long as I've been here, Connor had Ramel and Aiden had Sunny. Looking back on this last year, I'm glad that it was you who was my other half. I can't wait to see what future hosts have to offer now that Connor had Ramel, Aiden had Sunny, and I had you. Thank you for everything, Madeline May. Best of luck to you in grad school and any other future endeavor that set your eyes on. You'll make the real deal proud regardless.
Make me cry, Logan.
And that wraps up the show for this week. Be sure to check out our website, Facebook, and Twitter pages for news and updates on all things entertainment. I'm Logan Sowash.
And I'm Madeline May. I won't see you next time.
Have a great night, everybody.